What's up? What's up? Just chilling on my day off. Got another day off. It was extra good for me. More rest, more time to get things done. But I just want to talk about kids today and their parents. Like, there'll be kids in my neighborhood. They just be wandering around by themselves, like, speaking to me. Hi, can I come over to Asia's house and play with her? And I'm like, no, because I'm not about to be responsible for anybody's kids whose parents I don't know. And then, the kids roaming around and just going to play with anybody on the playground, in their house, anywhere. And it's like anything can happen or whatever. And it's gotten to the point where my kids think that they can just go to anybody's house and play. Hey, Mom, can I go to so-and-such house and play with them on a play date? And I'm like, no. Well, their mom lets them go over so-and-so house and play anytime they want. And I'm like, okay, but that's why I'm your mom and they got their mom, because you're not doing that. And I don't understand, like, these women, they just letting their kids go play with anybody over their house. You don't know how their father is. You don't know if their mom got a boyfriend that like young women. You don't know. You don't know. And I'm like, if I don't know them enough to let them go over there and play, I'm not about to let them go over there, because that's how little kids get raped. That's how little kids get molested and missing and all that other crap, because people are trusting people too easily. I don't trust nobody with my kids. Some family I don't even trust with my kids. The only family I trust with my kids is the people who raised me, and the people like my mom and my dad and my sister and brother. That's it. And the people who raised me, which is my grandmother and some of my aunts and uncles, which are my mom's sister and brothers. On my dad's side, some of them I don't trust none of them. I mean, they might see this video. Sorry, but I don't. I only trust the ones that grew up around my grandma birth. The rest of them, nah, not happening. And what my kids' fathers, some of their relatives, I don't trust them either. And I'll tell them they're not going, because they're not. I mean, I look at it like this. You see how certain people act in a certain decisions they make. If they're not smart, they're not gonna get my kids, and they're not gonna be around my kids, because the way society is going now, they're doomed if we don't steer them in the right direction and instill certain things in them and keep them from being around certain people. They're gonna be doomed. And I'm like, my kid's not about to be ignorant. My kid's not about to be the person that sits there and drinks and parties and smokes their life away and goes out here making stupid decisions. They're just not, or whatever. Yeah, I made stupid decisions by not being married first and having them, but trust the wrong people, stuff happens. But yeah. And what was another thing? Sleepovers. Yeah, people just, I don't know if they just need a break or what, but they just letting their kids go have sleepovers at anybody's house. Cause they asked me, could I have a sleepover? I said, nah, I don't do sleepovers. Again, I'm not responsible for anybody's kids that I don't know. I see if it's cousins and all the cousins want to do a sleepover, fine. I'm responsible for those children because they're part of the legacy of my family. But however, if we didn't grow up, I say if we grew up friends and you got kids, yeah, sure, come over. Or if I work with you every doggone day and I know for a fact that I ain't got to worry about nothing far as anything happen between you and my kids, I know. But if I don't know and you just like a neighbor, or our kids go to school, no, I'm not doing that. No, they can see each other when they go to school. If we want the kids to hang out more, fine, let's make a play date at Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. But as far as my house, I don't like everybody in the house. I don't like people roaming in the house. You want the kids to play, let's take them to the playground, or they can play together outside. But as far as the house, nah. Not happening. So I'm like, sleepovers, they got all these things with sleepovers and stuff, and I'm like, I can't do it. Like, people said I don't trust nobody, or I try to shelter my kids from everything, but my thing is, that's your job. Like, God can't be down here, so he appointed parents so that you can take care of your kids and make wise decisions. And you're supposed to shelter them from the danger. Yeah, you're not supposed to shelter them for every doggone thing, but certain things right now, I don't want my kids to experience. No, I don't. I'm going to teach them about it when the time is right. And that's another thing. People just try to lash things on their kids early. Oh, they need experience, need experience, need experience. Yeah, I know they need to experience. They'll experience when I feel like they're going to experience it. And that's another thing. People letting their kids grow up too fast. Let your kid be a kid. I meet some people, they kid is like, I don't know, they act like adults. My kids talk like adults, but they act like kids. That's the difference. That's you trying to educate your child to be better. But as far as them acting like an adult, no, sit your behind down. Don't come talking to me about what I was talking about to so-and-so. Stay in the child's place. Get yourself over there and sit down. Or whatever. But yeah, let me stop getting off topic. But yeah, sleepovers, no. Because you don't know who's in whose house and who's a pedophile. Because if anybody touch my kid, I'm going to go crazy. And I better not find them before the cops do, because it's going to be a bad day. My granddaddy got acres and acres and acres of land, and nobody will find you, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm like, we got to protect our kids more or whatever. I feel we're not protecting our kids. Because I be looking out here in my neighborhood, these chicks be letting their kids roam around like they just trust everybody. I mean, in my neighborhood, if I wanted to kidnap a kid, all I would have to have is a big van and 3 people. One person to drive, another person to look out, and another person to just snatch the kids up, because they just be riding down the road on scooters and, you know, just la 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 la, like pedophiles don't live in cities when they do. I have a thing on my phone that shows me where the pedophiles stay, how far they stay from my house. Oh yeah, I don't play. Because it's serious. I mean, the world is getting ridiculous. I be watching the news, and I don't know. I pray every day my kids protected, and that God see them through everything. That's another thing. We got to pray over our kids and stuff. You know, pray for their security and everything. And as well as watch out for ourselves and make sure we make wise decisions. And, oh yeah, just like with school, when they don't have enough chaperones, y'all need to stop letting them go if they don't have enough chaperones. When I was a little kid, I almost got lost because we didn't have enough chaperones. They wasn't watching me. I bent down to pick up some seashells, and when I looked up, they was gone. You know how they found me? She sent her son to go look for me. That's how they found me. I was walking on the beach by myself. Could have been snatched up, kidnapped, anything. Because they didn't have enough chaperones. And because they were Indians, and they only paid attention to their own race anyways. They wasn't studying the little black kids. Only the ones that was, like, extremely smart. I was extremely smart, but I wasn't no straight A student. I was ABC student. But that's another subject. But yeah, field trips. Need to start teaching kids. Don't wander away from people. Don't be talking to people. Because my kids had a good habit of trying to introduce themselves. Hi, my name is No. I said no. No, 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 no. If you're with me, fine. You can say hello, blah, blah, blah. But when you're by yourself, you don't need to be talking to nobody. You need to stay with everybody else and stop lingering behind. And all the other stuff. Because kids now, they'll linger behind. They'll try to go on their own somewhere. And they'll try not to listen or whatever. And sometimes teachers get fed up with that. But, yeah. Start taking control of your kids. Start finding out where your kids is. Stop letting them go stay with any doggone body. And, you know, just be a parent. Aren't. Because a lot of y'all ain't. Because I see a lot of y'all kids outside by themselves. But that's all I want to say. Until next time. I holla.